How about greetings from the class of '63, our honor graduate, Sherry Cumming Barrett.
The class of 1963 brings greetings to the Alumni Association. We extend our congratulations to the 25-year class. Trust me when I say that with the blink of an eyelid, you will be the 50-year class. A special welcome goes to our newest alumni members, the class of 2013. You are now members of a great organization, and we welcome you. I know that you were probably looking at us as we entered the room and were really surprised that we were upright and walking. Most of our classmates were born in 1945 and were considered to be war babies. When we were born, World War II was winding down and ended on May 8th in Europe and August 14th in the Pacific. Soldiers were coming home and the country was rejoicing and prospering. There were 5,000 TV sets in the USA. Ballpoint pens, Tupperware, and frozen juice had all hit the market. Bess Meyerson was Miss America and Sam Rayburn was Speaker of the House. The average life expectancy was 62.9 years. You could buy a new house for just over $4,600, a gallon of gas for 15 cents, fresh baked bread for 9 cents, and eggs for 22 cents a dozen. Some famous people born in 1945 were Bette Midler, Robert De Niro, Goldie Hawn, and Eric Clapton, to name a few. We grew up at a time when everyone knew their neighbors and doors were open and left unlocked. We also grew up at a time when our parents would say to us, you know, if you do anything wrong, we'll know about it before you get home. Yes, we had that small town feeling. We spent our Saturdays at the Plaza Theater, Fortner's Bowling Alley, Condolph's Record Store, Phil Howard Drug Store, where we enjoyed cherry cokes, french fries, and hot fudge sundaes. And of course, the famed hamburger wagon, where we ate 15-cent burgers. Life was so much simpler. When we became teenagers, Frisch's came to Moraine Cities. And boy, was that a treat to get in the car with a bunch of friends and drive down there and eat in the car. When we were younger, we used to go to Ted's Dairy Bar and eat in the car. There were no malls when we were growing up to go shopping at. There was Town and Country, but it was much smaller. And then, of course, we could go to downtown Dayton, but that was a major trip. When we were Y-teens, we took a trip to Philadelphia, and we went to Cherry Hill Mall in New Jersey. And boy, were we in awe of that mall. We had so much fun there, but it was years before a mall ever came to our area. To school, girls wore dresses and skirts and blouses. Boys wore slacks. There was a time when the girls wore colored gym shoes with hose. Can you just imagine that? We thought we were styling. A favorite haircut for girls was the bubble, and boys wore crew cuts and flat tops. Regarding technology, we basically had none compared to what exists today. We never dreamed there would be such a thing as a cell phone. We just were thrilled when we had private lines and didn't have those party lines anymore. Computers and calculators were something we never even thought about. We did our advanced math with slide rules. Going to outer space was a thing that we saw in cartoons. Yes, things have changed, and so has terminology. We hear a lot now about people coming out of the closet. When we were in school, if someone said they were coming out of the closet, we'd look at them, befuddled, and say, well, what in the world were you doing in the closet? When we graduated, we were the second largest graduating class to ever graduate from MHS. We graduated a whopping 156 students. Today, 17 of our classmates have passed on. During our 4 years of high school, our classmates set no fantastic sports records, and our girls didn't even have an opportunity to compete in sports like they do today. But we did know each other, and we did support our athletics. In fact, we had as many in our cheering sections at the football and basketball games as they do today. There is something to be said for that. We do hold one special recognition. We were the last class to ever complete all 4 years at the high school on Linden Avenue and to graduate from it. In honor of this, at our party last night, each class member got a mug with a picture of the old high school on it and a picture postcard in it of the high school. We had a great time last night, renewing old friendships and telling each other how great we looked and how we had not changed a bit. However, we had to look at the name badges to know who we were. Some of us seemed to be a little bit heavier and some of us had a little less hair. But when we spoke and we laughed, those familiar voices and smiles of times gone by all returned. These were the people that we knew when. Now we no longer live in this area. Many of them have gone separate ways. But the memories of MHS will bind us together forever. Don't look at us as old people. We feel that we are advantaged. If you ask us how many days there are in a week, we'll tell you there's 6 Saturdays and 1 Sunday. If you ask us when we go to bed, we'll tell you 3 hours after we fall asleep on the couch. And why we don't mind being called seniors? Because it comes with a 10% discount. To let you know what it's really like being a senior, some of our favorite songs of the 60s have been renamed by some of the artists that made them famous. See if you either remember or can relate to any of these. Splish Splash, I was having a flash. Mrs. Brown, you got a lovely walker. I get by with a little help from Depends. How can you mend a broken hip? And last but not least, On the Commode Again. In closing, every day may not be good, but there's something good in every day. God bless you, and thank you.